Good day, Africa. Welcome to another episode of African Child. I am Maria Shokiblat Opeyemi. I am here with Shokpade Oluwatemilorun, who will be talking to us about domestic violence.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Temilorun.
Thank you.
Okay, I hope you don't mind telling us about yourself.
No problem. My name is Shokpade Temilorun, like I said earlier. I'm 15. I am in Alaba Lawson Royal College and I'm in SS2, art class to be precise.
Art means science. Oh, be the product, commercial.
Probably.
Okay. You said your topic is domestic violence.
Yeah.
So, can you explain to us what you mean by domestic violence?
Domestic violence is the violence or abuse by a person against another in a domestic setting, such as in marriage or cohabitation.
Okay. Before we go on, can I ask you a question? Why did you pick this topic?
Well, nowadays we hear of different issues that surround domestic violence in the sense that the husband beating his wife or the wife beating the husband or the child being abused by the father or the mother. Nowadays we hear nonsense issues like a father raping a 2-year-old daughter in a family. So I want Africans to know about the effects, the solutions, and how to prevent it so it won't be rampant and it will be subdued, it will be reduced in society. Oh.
Is domestic violence limited to the family?
Nope. In the society like now, where people tend to isolate someone, they make the person feel like they are not on the same level. So yeah, so it's not only limited to the family.
Okay. Okay. So the next question I have for you. What are the things that cause domestic violence?
Oh, extremely traditional beliefs.
Okay.
In the sense that when a man believes that, fine, or yes, a man is the head of the family, but then when he attempts to misuse the power, and in the process, the wife doesn't want to submit to the husband too, because she's like, you can't just come over and rule over me, things like that. It leads to the mentality attached, leads to domestic violence. They can start fighting, want to batter each other, beat each other. No, yes.
Okay.
And drug abuse and alcohol misuse, harmful traditional practices.
Explain.
What?
Your point.
Okay, drug abuse and alcohol misuse. When a father comes home, is drunk, and he doesn't have a job, and then he comes home and transfers aggression on the wife or the child. That's a form of being domestic.
Okay. So the second question, leaving causes of domestic violence. The effect of domestic violence on the African child.
It causes bruises on the child or the wife. In the sense that when a man beats up his wife or his child, or it's the other way around, it leaves marks, and sometimes they are permanent. And anytime he or she sees that mark, it brings back the memories, and it can cause a mental breakdown. And another one, depression. When the parents constantly tells this child that you are not beautiful, you are not smart, you can't make it in life, it leads to emotional breakdown, emotional damage. The child will have a low self-esteem. The child won't want to associate with others because of the things his or her parents has been saying about him, that the child is just useless and can't make it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Temilorun. Okay, yes, we are still on the effect of domestic violence, but I want to go on a very short break. We'll be right back with the rest of effect of domestic violence on the African child. So stay tuned.
Every day I wake up to see the people of Africa languishing in despair, crying, wailing.
As an African girl child, education is our right and we should fight for it.
Our parents should stop releasing us to strangers, and they should not be after money.
Government should give people chance, that is, they should give them freedom of speech, because it's part of our right as individuals.
I'm trying to be what I want, but at the same time, get to higher heights and pass my role model.
Every child has a right as a citizen of a particular country under Africa.
Don't wait for the government or everybody to fight for you before you start fighting. If you start fighting, others will fight you.
You are the African child, you own your life, and every single thing you do in your country would affect the national development of the country.
African child, African child, African child, African child.
Well, I would say that this is also part of what has been provided in the Child Rights Act. It's unfortunate that we're having an increase in this area of social development, that children, male and female, are being abused domestically by parents, step-parents, neighbors, and what have you. But it's also a thing, it's heartwarming to say that the law has responded positively and appropriately to those instances. The law enforcement agencies have also been alive to their responsibility, going by the reports.
Sadly enough, the issue of domestic violence could be traced to the parental background. When you see a mother fighting the father, or abusing, or a father abusing, a husband abusing the wife, so it's like the education of the African child starts from there, you know, because this will be in their retentive memory, and whether you like it or not, the thing will continue to gravitate. It will go down their memory that, well, whether this is wrong or right, well, it now depends on the kind of mechanism you put in place to checkmate that. But that should not be a good benchmarking index for an African child.
It has so many effects on children, especially when it comes from the father and the mother. The child will have this mental reasoning that my father is a bad person, my mother is a bad person, and at times it has this deep-rooted psychological effect on a male child. I'm saying a male child because most of the time, those that have been at the receiving end of domestic violence issue are the male victim, because we have been seen to have been the perpetrators of this act. Imagine a child that has grown up in a home where the father always beat the mother every time. What do you expect from the child when he or she gets married? He will see it as a normal way of life, as a normal thing. And a young girl that the mother is always beating the father, she will see it as a normal way of life. But this crisis can be managed. That is why it is good for communication. And this is why I want parents to sit and relax their mind and look at the interests of their children before their own interests.
African child, African child, African child, African child.
Welcome back. For those who are just joining us, this is African Child. I am Ariosho Kiblat Okbemi, and my guest is Shotade Oluwatemiloran. The topic is domestic violence. Before we went on a break, we were talking about the effect of domestic violence on the African child, and I'm very sure she really wants to continue.
Yeah. Another point is suicide. Nowadays, we tend to hear that people are committing suicide more, but we don't care to know the causes, like what leads them, what triggers the action and all. If a child is being abused by the parents, the child feels the child loses all hopes and feels the child can't make it again. So the next thing that comes to the child's head is just go and kill yourself, since no one cares about you on this earth and all. Another cause of domestic violence is another effect is isolation. The child tends not to want to associate with other people because the child feels, okay, I'm not good enough, I'm not on the same level with you guys, so I can't make it, so I just want to be on my own, so I won't put my own problems on your own head, so you won't be like me. Things like that, yeah.
Thank you for that. But before, I want you to give solutions, but before we go to the solutions, can you just give a story of someone who is a victim of domestic violence?
Oh, okay.
And also, just tell us the story.
Okay. I heard a story whereby the husband and the wife, they were always fighting, beating each other. Even the neighbors knew them for fighting each other. So one time, a neighbor tried to separate their fights. The neighbor joined the fight. Like, they beat the neighbor. Instead of when the neighbor came to separate the fight, the neighbor was beaten up. So the people around them said, nobody's going to separate them inside their fighting. So one time, they were fighting over a lady issue and all. So the wife just hit the husband on the chest. Then the husband fell down and slumped and he died from there. Then the woman, she lost hope, everything, all her business not working out and all. So then she committed suicide too.
Imagine, she lost in 2 ways.
Exactly.
That is really bad. Now, going to the solution and prevention of domestic violence.
Yes. Parents and teachers, most especially, should learn to be patient with their child or the student. Nowadays, parents, at the slightest thing, they're triggered, they hit the child. And it's not everything that is about beating. Sometimes you should sit the child down and talk to the child. Teachers too don't just want to hear explanations. They don't know what happened. They just bring out the cane and start beating the child unnecessarily and all. So parents should learn to be patient. If you are patient, you can know what is happening in the child's life. And also they should learn to be more open, more free with their child, because children nowadays, they can't tell their parents close things, personal things, because if they tell them, they think the parents will blame them, will say, no, you can't do this, shout at them. So they just feel that it is better if they keep it to themselves and not explain to anybody.
Thank you very much. Okay, I want to go on a very short break right now, but I'm very sure she's not done with the solutions to domestic violence. So I'd like you to stay tuned while we go on a very short break.
The Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Now, what the righteous can do is just pull down the whole building and erect a more stable and solid foundation. So what we have to do is forget our leaders and let's just build ourselves.
And the parents too should try to move closer to their children. They should know what is happening in their life and what is happening in their school.
You don't need to be discouraged. Be who you are. You didn't come to this life to live people's life, to impress anybody.
We cannot blame only our leaders for being corrupt or doing this. If everyone here can stop being corrupt, and everyone in Africa can just stop this act, then corruption will no longer be a problem in Africa.
If you have proper focus and you have a proper foresight and you know what you are doing, you would come up.
Considering couples, they need to study themselves for a considerable period of time before thinking of marriage, so that the incompatibility stuff does not continue to pop up.
Kofi Annan said, and I quote, "I'm not an African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. I'm a bona fide citizen of Africa. I'm an African, and I'm born to rule."
African children, African child, African children, African child.
Domestic violence basically is any form of abuse that is inflicted on an individual. And domestic violence, like I wrote somewhere sometimes ago, that it doesn't end in the home. It could happen anywhere in the society. It could happen to you in the bus, in a public bus. It could happen to you in school. It could happen to you in a church as well. It could happen to you in a mosque. So domestic violence shouldn't be condoned for any reason at all. You shouldn't condone domestic violence in a home or anywhere out there.
There's nothing that is as bad as a father telling the children, talk to your mother, she has done this. The moment the children walk up to their mother and tell their mother, Daddy say you have done this again, the mother will, she or she, no matter how unreasonable she wants to be, there's this connection between parent and children. No matter how unreasonable the person wants to be, the person will come and feel, my child just told me something. And before you know it, peace will reign in the house. Look at children have, I keep saying it, it's like the African child. They have this power that they just come from God. They have the power to even turn the house upside down. Children, they can do it. And they have the power to also maintain peace and tranquility in the home. You will see some children that whenever they see a teardrop from their father's or their mother's face, before you, in the next few minutes, their face is full of tears. It shows there's a connection with the children, the African children. That's where it is. So when parents are fighting, those that are receiving are the children.
African children, African child, African children, African child.
Welcome back. This is still African Child. For those who are just joining us, I am Mary Shokiblat Akbemi, and she is Shotbade Oluwatemiloro. The topic is domestic violence. Before we went on the break, we're talking about the solutions to domestic violence. So I'm very sure she is ready and willing to continue.
Like I said earlier, I said something about extremely traditional beliefs. People should learn to be enlightened, because nowadays no woman wants to be a full housewife. No woman wants to sit down and just cook. No one, I don't want to. So if you are enlightened, you will know that all those superstitious beliefs are not real. So you will erase them from your mind, and thereby it will guide you in your marriage and marital affairs. Yes.
Thank you very much, Oluwatemiloro, and I'm sure what you've said has Temiloro. Okay, after I've been talking about the solutions to domestic violence. The African child, African parents, African schools, teachers, government, Africans at large need a piece of advice from you on how they can maintain their relationship, maybe student to teachers relationship, parent to child relationship, and how they can guide their children in a way that they won't also grow up to become violent people, and also how they can keep to being non-violent.
Okay. Children should learn to respect their parents. Most times, what triggers the anger of African parents nowadays is when a child is being rude. So they tend to just want to hit the child and all. So if a child is polite, at least it will reduce it and all. And parents, like I said earlier, they should learn to be patient, and they should learn to allow their child to express their feelings. They should learn to allow their child have a say in their life. Fine, if what the child is saying isn't right, you will guide the child, not that you just turn down the offer and all. And government should make a law that says that anybody that is beating his wife, or anybody that is beating the husband, anyone that is practicing domestic violence, should be prosecuted for it. Either killing or
if you kill, you'll be killed.
Exactly. If you kill, you'll be killed.
Okay.
Or you take the person to jail.
You'll be beaten.
Exactly. Situations of domestic violence should be reported to the government so that government can take a drastic step on it. Okay. And the whole African people at large should learn to be patient and cooperate with one another. They should learn to love each other more and avoid inviting third party into your relationship.
Yes. Thank you very much, Oluwatemiloro.
Amen.
Yeah. Okay, that is. I know she has given it out. She has given everything. She has disseminated everything, and I'm very sure you've gained one or two things from what she has said. That will be all for this episode of African Child. I am Erisuki Blackbane. She is
Shopade Temiloro.
Don't forget to put Olua.
Oluwatemiloro.
If it's not Olua.
Oluwatemiloro.
Shopade Oluwatemiloro. The program is African Child. Till I come your way next time. Bye.
Every day I wake up to see the people of Africa languishing in despair, crying, wailing.
As an African girl child, education is our right and we should fight for it.
Our parents should stop releasing us to strangers, and they should not be after money.
Government should give people chance, that is, they should give them freedom of speech, because it's part of our right as individuals.
I'm trying to be what I want, but at the same time, get to higher heights and pass my role model.
Every child has a right as a citizen of a particular country under Africa.
Don't wait for the government or everybody to fight for you before you start fighting. If you start fighting, others will fight you.
You are the African child, you own your life, and every single thing you do in your country would affect the national development of the country.
African child, African child, African child, African child.